Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, we back. It's Friday. It is Friday, May 23rd in the year of our Lord 2025. And tonight we are going to keep it moving with this Auburn football schedule breakdown. We're not looking over any opponents.
I am
talking about the Mercer Bears tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up right after
Boys
this.
and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Welcome back around the water cooler, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, and we are back around the water cooler. And tonight, my guy, the man, the myth, the legend from Auburn Athletics TV, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DC Wolf. How you feeling tonight, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm glad to be here.
That's what
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
Coming in here getting Marcus check tonight. You know what I'm saying? Get Marcus check tonight, baby.
It's good, man. Marcus had a graduation, so you know,
really?
He had to graduation tonight. So
still gonna take the check though. Still gonna take the check.
Shout out to Marcus, man. He should be back Monday. When we come on Monday, he should be back Monday. But we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler as always, man. Before we get into it, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk, on Twitter at CoolersPod23, and of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler. These, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling excellent, ecstatic. Man, I'm feeling great, man, to talk Auburn football on Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. Where else would you rather be?
Yeah, it's great. This is great. We appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with us here, for watching us live, for watching us on the rewatch, for liking the videos, for liking the lives, for liking the shows, commenting. We thank y'all so much for that. Subscribing, you know, sharing the content. We thank y'all for continuing to rock with us here as always, man. And we will never not be grateful for that. And as always, man. But as you all know, let's get to the comments first, man. We got Auburn Dad in here with us, man. What's up, Auburn Dad? How you feeling, man? Auburn Dad said, War Eagle, let's go.
Let's go.
And he said, well, I have always heard bear meat is great tasting. Yum, yum. Okay,
yes,
all right. I like it.
Yes, sir.
He said, what's up, Nick? And what's up, DC, man? What's up,
Auburn Dad for life.
So, yeah. So, as y'all know, man, we've been doing this Auburn schedule breakdown for 2025. Started all the way back at Baylor, and we have made our way all the way towards the end of the schedule. Hopefully not the end. Hopefully we are in a position now to where at this time of the year we're in college football playoff talks right now. This is where we want to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Oh, so now Bubba and the old man just jumped in. Finally caught another one.
Here, man. Bubba, what's up, baby boy?
What's up, Bubba? How you feeling, my guy? How you feeling, Bubba? Yeah, man. Yeah, so we have made our way all the way from Baylor. We talked about Baylor, broke down Baylor. Then we went to Ball State, South Alabama. Then we went to our first World SEC game at Oklahoma. Then we came back the next week and did another SEC game at Texas A&M. Had a bye week. Went to Georgia. Then we had a bye week. Georgia came to Auburn. Then Missouri came to Auburn. Then Kentucky came to Auburn. Then we traveled to Arkansas, came back for Vanderbilt, took a break, had a bye week. Now tonight we're gonna talk about Mercer. Big game. It is listen to this. Not overlooking any opponent this year. We cannot afford to do it. So we're gonna break down Mercer, what we could find on them. And we're gonna talk about it and see what Auburn has to do to stay to the standard of being able to win the game handily and showing why they are the dominant team, the more superior team. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you that. It is gonna be interesting, man. Information that I could find on Mercer, man. Mercer last year was a really good team. was a really good team in the FCS level. They actually made it to the quarterfinals of the FCS football championship. Lost to North Dakota State in that game. They ended up with an 11-3 record, 7-1 in their conference. It actually won the conference, if I'm not mistaken, that they play in. So yeah, man, it's not one of those games where we can just sit back and just be like, it's Mercer. This is a team that we have to take serious. We have to take serious. We cannot afford to sit here and just be like, it's Mercer. We can't do it. It's Mercer. We can't do it. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna get into it, man. DC, you ready to talk about it?
I'm ready to talk about how we're gonna put boots on the ground on Mercer, and I'm overlooking them. Go tell all of them. I'm overlooking all the Mercer Bears. I'm overlooking them. You don't tell all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? See us at Jordan House Stadium, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put the boots on them like we going to do your school, Nick, the same way. It's going to be a repeat of what we going to do to South Alabama, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this thing. Let's break it down, how we going to break down Mercer.
I said, I didn't say South was going to win the game, but I said for the first 2.5 quarters, South could make it interesting. That's all I said. That's what I said.
Nothing. Ain't going to be nothing. Ain't going to be nothing.
Right. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's see, man. Bubba said, man, Mercer is usually one of the better FCS programs. That is true. Looking at that by their record last night. Auburn Dad, are you telling me the reason you skipped 2 days of podcast is to time them with bye weeks for the season? No, that is not the reason why I said that. That's not the reason why I skipped. I have other stuff going on behind the scenes that I have to take care of and have to do. So some days we're not gonna be able to go every day, every week. As much as we want to anymore, as we want to. Just programming note. Starting June 2nd, we're taking a 2-week break. But we won't leave you empty-handed. We'll leave some. We won't leave you empty-handed. You'll have some content. Okay. You'll have some content for those 2 weeks that while we're gone. You'll be able to see water cooler talk and things and stuff like that. Yeah, you gotta be thoughtful. Gotta be thoughtful of it, man.
Thank you, man.
So yeah, it is what it is, man. Coach Jacobs is a big rise in the coaching world. A really impressive program builder. Yeah, Mike Jacobs, the head coach at Mercer. He just got. I think he's going into his second year as the head guy there at Mercer last year, and coming in last year and being able to put them there, it's gonna be easy. Say without Geo, South ain't doing nothing else, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all don't know about Bishop Davenport. I'm telling y'all, Bishop Davenport, he the truth.
Speak
Bishop
truth to life,
Davenport, the truth.
Speak truth to life, Speak truth to life, man. We ain't going with that false humility around here today.
Okay.
Not on this side, Nick. We finna put boots on Mercer, baby.
Okay, I'm just telling you. All right, man. All right, let's get into this Mercer talk.
Let's go.
Okay, as we said, the Mercer Bears, located in Georgia. 2024 record 11-3, 7-1 in the conference. Lost to North Dakota State in the quarterfinals of the FCS championship last year. Which that was a really good team. Mercer was a really good team. I'm not gonna give them that doubt. It was a good team on the FCS side. Looking at what they had, as you can know, Mike Jacobs is the head coach there. Anthony Soto is the offensive coordinator. Jamal Brown is the defensive coordinator. Before we get into it, DC, your thoughts on this game? What are you looking forward to in this game? What do you want to see from Auburn in this game against Mercer?
I want to see Auburn run it up, man. I want to see us pad these stats. I want to see Cam Coleman have like a 200, 300-yard game. I want to see Cam Coleman solidify his space in the Heisman running in this game, man.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Is that
what?
Are you saying wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that Cam Coleman would be a Heisman candidate?
If everything goes well, he should, man.
Okay.
Be a Heisman candidate, man.
All right.
Okay. Let's be real about this thing, man. Cam Coleman is that guy, man.
All right.
Coleman is.
I like the confidence.
Thanos, man. He got all the stones, Nick. He got cutting ability. He got jumping ability, man. He got the one-on-one ability, man. He got the out-of-ball contact. He got speed. He can lose you out of the breaks. He can shake you down, bro. That's more than 5 stones. You feel what I'm saying, Nick?
Okay.
Why wouldn't Cam Coleman be in Heisman running? As a matter of fact, Cam Coleman should be on the cover of the new NCAA game that's coming out, man. He should be somewhere on the cover.
Okay, all right. I like the confidence.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cam Coleman guy, man. I'm a Cam Coleman guy, man. Now,
like the
thing is, can Jackson Arnold get him the ball? You know what I'm saying? He got to get him the ball. He got to get my man. He got to get him the ball, baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just throw me the ball, as Keyshawn said. He just got to throw him the ball, man.
Keyshawn does. Just throw me the ball, man. Just throw the ball. Just throw me the ball, man. That's what it is.
Man. That's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for my man. I'm looking for some stat pad. That's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for him. You know, this is the game where we come and, like, you know, take pictures with Abby. You know what I'm saying? Get some refreshments. You know what I'm saying? Meet people. You know what I'm saying? You meet your old alpha brothers and y'all, you know what I'm saying, do your little strolling. You know what I'm saying? This is a feel-good day, man, at Auburn. You know, take pictures with Auburn, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time breeding the family. It's probably an affordable game. Run up the score. Everybody feel good.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for, man. Pass, you know, stat padding. That's what I'm looking for, Nick.
I say this. I mean, in
Mercer,
Utopia.
I'm sorry, I'm just.
No, you got a point. You got a point. In Utopian, yes, that is true. You want to see that.
You saying I'm in a utopia?
In a utopian society, yeah, man. But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. We okay. They played Mercer played Alabama last year, and they lost 52-7. Last year. I think that was probably the worst loss that they had on the schedule. So to your point, Auburn should be able to put up some type of performance like that this upcoming year. I'm not going to sit here and try to, you know, play Mercer up, because where they are at their level of FCS, they are very, very formidable opponent. But as I stated, I just feel as if this team does not afford we do not have the ability as this team to just look over any opponent anymore. Especially when you have instances of, I just go back to New Mexico State and things stuff like that. Which was a telltale sign of just looking at exactly how a team, I feel just from watching that game, how it looks. Just even though Jerry Kill and Tim Beck were the guys that was on the other side, that was on the offensive side, and they have whatever they had against Coach Freeze, Auburn still should have won that game, in my personal opinion. So now I sit here and I'm like, we can't just look over any team. So I look at this. I look at what we need to do to win the game. I look at what they're potentially gonna do on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. And when you look at Mercer is Mercer was traditionally like the wing T style offense. Now when you got Anthony Soto in there, he's come in and he's brought in more of a spread RPO style system. They will go 5 wide on offense. They will run 11 personnel. They will run 10 personnel. They will run multiple tight end sets. They will run an H-back set out of that. They use a lot of motions to get the defense confused. And you look at the wide receivers that they have coming back. 3 of the 5 wide receivers that had 300 yards or more receiving last year are back. When you look at that. And these guys are athletic. They have 3 guys that are athletic on that side. Offensive line is not up to par. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not something that we should be worried about. We should be able to dominate the offensive line and things and stuff like that. But scheme wise, what do they want to do? They want to attack the seams. Majority of the things that I saw for the offense last year, they wanted to attack the seams. They run a lot of post route. They run some post routes. If they're not attacking the seams, they're using the swing pass as like a long handoff almost. You know, just getting the ball in that playmaker's hand and letting them get the ball and just try to get in space and make something happen. So what do we need to do on defense in this game? Basically, if we can just play our base defense, because like I said, I feel like the secondary for Auburn is going to be probably the strength of this defense. If you're able to lock them down and then you're able to cause the quarterback more time to sit back in the pocket and try to go through his progressions, it gives the front seven more time to get to the quarterback and then get to the guy that wants to that has the ball in their hand. They do put an emphasis on running the ball. They are a balanced run attack. They will run the ball. But the guy that was their leading runner last year, I think his name is Dwayne McGee. had almost 1,200 yards rushing last year.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone this year. I think he's graduated out. So, but they do have a guy. I think his name is Micah Bell, who's going to be coming in to be the running back now this year for them. So they are going to try to establish the run game. And in this type of game, that might be the best thing for them in this game to kind of slow the game down and try to make this a 3-4 quarter game. Just try to see if they can keep it close, depending on how Auburn's defense looks that game. But like I said, I don't want to sit here and make it seem as if like Mercer is going to, come in and be a world beater. But the thing is, if that were to happen, that means that Auburn's defense and Auburn's team overall is just not focused on this game.
Absolutely.
They're looking ahead to the next week, which is a big rivalry game that everybody knows comes up after this game. Looking at the quarterback position from last year, they had like a 2 quarterback system last year. With Newhauer, who was a quarterback, he has transferred out. He's going to Oklahoma. The guy that's staying is DJ Smith, 65 carries for 152 yards rushing. He was 102 of 138 for 1,300 yards passing, 73.9% completion percentage. That's a pretty good percentage. 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And he was sacked 18 times, which is the reason why I say the offensive line potentially, it's not going to be, it's going to be a problem. But looking at this, you slated DJ Smith probably be the guy that's going to start on the offense next year. No one knows what you think about what do you think Auburn's defense needs to do in order to dominate Mercer's offensive potential game plan in this game.
No, they got to stop the run, man, because like you said, Mercer want to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? They're over 1,000-yard rusher, and then the guy behind them, I think they had like a 400-yard rusher and another one that got carries too. And on the throwing side, dude, they were very balanced as far as where they got the ball out to their receivers. They were like, 600, 400, 400, 300. So everybody was touching the ball. But just play sound, be sound in the passing game, which I think that's going to be a strength for us. I think they will shut their passing game down. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I think, man, we should, if we can't shut them down in their trenches, we don't need to be on the field. Period.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? Period, man. Period.
Agree.
Alabama held them to 7 points.
Exactly.
52-7.
Exactly.
Come on, man. These cats shouldn't score over 2 touchdowns. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But you are talking about a different level in talent, different level in recruiting, man. You talking about the SEC. And I look at it, I was there when we played Georgia State, and we were all just like gasping for air, thinking we was going to lose to Georgia State. You know what I'm saying? I watched Jerry Kill them coming in, march us down the field, and, you know what I'm saying, just embarrass us. So I know that can't happen, so you really can't overlook them. But, man, Auburn should put the clamps on these guys, man. They shouldn't get 2 touchdowns. That's just my opinion.
They should not. Yeah, this and we'll give an overview of what we think Auburn should do at the end of the game. But yeah, this game, right. this should be the type of game to where we see second half we should see like a lot of young guys potentially coming in to get some run as well. But depending on how you want to keep your guys going, you may want to keep them going just to keep the rhythm going, because you do have a big game that will be coming up the next week after that. But it is what it is. Let's move on to the defensive side of the ball, man. Defensive side of the ball, man. Mercer, looking at what they do, Mercer is a very aggressive defense. On the back end, they will run a lot of it depends on the set. Like if it's early in the down, you may see them run a 4-3. You may see them run a 4-2-5. You may see them run some type of 2-down lineman set with 2 edges at a 5 wide position, a 5 wide set, and then they may have the inside backer blitzing through the A gap, and they'll play man on the backside. So that's what I mean by very aggressive. They don't do a lot of zone blitzing. They're gonna blitz, and they're gonna put man on the back end. They may show a 3 high safety look, and they may leave in this situation. What I saw them do against North Dakota State is they will actually leave their field cornerback one-on-one in man coverage with the X receiver, and the X receiver on Auburn's team is Cam Coleman. So I mean, you're looking at what this potentially could be like, to where to your point earlier, what you said, he potentially could come in, and this could be a career day for him. in this game. But they are very aggressive on the back end. They don't mind putting those guys in man coverage against other opposing teams receiving core. Now in this game, I think they'll probably be a little bit more safer. You may see them play a little bit more zone in this game. You may, and when they do play zone, what you'll see them do is you'll see them look like you'll see them drop. They'll leave 2 underneath and then they'll drop. They'll rush 4, leave 2 underneath, and then they'll drop 5. Basically in the backfield of the secondary, and just play some type of safety look like that. Just play basically quarters with 5 people, so fifths if you want to call it that. So I'm thinking that's what they'll do just to protect themselves, because with this receiving group, if you're going man to man with these guys, you're gonna get burned all game. And if that's the case, Auburn it won't be a game after 25 minutes, which is half of the first quarter and half of the second quarter. So, just to try to see if they can keep it close. It is what it is. They lost a lot. They're losing a lot of guys. They lost a lot of guys on this defense. And even some of the guys that were supposed to come back, safety Miles Redding, Chris Jones, he's transferring out. He's going to Rutgers. Braden Manley, defensive lineman, he's transferring to Georgia Tech. But then everybody else that had, Ken Stadley, Isaac Dowling, Marquise Thomas, a lot of those guys, senior linebackers, are out. They were 80 plus tackle guys, total guys that's gone. So they're gonna be young on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like I say, I can't sit here like looking at Mercer and looking at what the talent that Auburn has and what Mercer has coming back. There is no way I can even try to frame this as Mercer has a chance. But the thing is, we cannot overlook Mercer.
You're right.
That's the thing. In this game, I'm going to be more looking at, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be on like ESPN Plus or SEC Network Plus, something like that. I'm going to be looking more to see exactly how does Auburn execute in the game. What's the body language going into this game? Is Auburn going to be sloppy with the execution? Or are they sharp? Are they still focused? Or are you looking ahead to the next game? That's the question I'm looking for. What's your thoughts?
And I mean, not only that, this is what I was thinking about. I was thinking about when you were talking, I was saying in my mind, I'm like, okay, I can see Auburn having 300-yard receivers and 100-yard running back in this game.
That's possible. That's possible.
But then this is the question I got to ask, man. In that part of the season, if you're 9-2, I think that you said they would be. When they get, that's your prediction. When they get to this game, they'll be 9-2.
Yep.
Is it 9-2?
Yep. 10. I think they'll be 9-2 by the time they get to Mercer. Yeah.
Okay. So so are you at that point? Are you like resting people for Alabama and resting people for the playoffs?
I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
That's the question.
You kind of really looking ahead, like, so it could be, honestly, if you in playoff contention and it's like, well, if this is your playoff game, the game you're playing in to get in the playoffs, they're gonna murk them. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a situation where you're already in the playoffs, do you kind of cruise, dude? And it could be a back and forth,
that's true too. That's true too, because let's just say this. Let's say Auburn's 9-2 going into this game, or after this game, Auburn's 9-2. All right, well, going into this game, they're 8-2.
8-2.
Going into the game, they're 8-2. After the game, they're 9-2. So you basically saying they win the game. So now you sitting here saying, yo, we are not just in the playoff conversation, but we are actually in the SEC championship game conversation as well. Because if you take in where I think Auburn will be, I think the losses for Auburn would be at Oklahoma. And I think just because there'll be something would just go wrong at Arkansas is where I feel like that loss is going to be at. So those are the two losses that I have. But going into this game, 8-2, you win this game 9-2. Now you sitting here saying, all right, we're not just in the college football playoff conversation. We actually may have a chance to, if we win this next game, we 10-2, we may be in the SEC championship conversation, and who are we playing at that time? So now I'm sitting here saying, all right, so are we playing Texas? Could we potentially be playing a Texas team in this area? Could it be an Ole Miss team? depending on what Ole Miss schedule, because it's the same schedule Ole Miss had last year. You know, just flip the sites. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Georgia. I'm not too high on Georgia this year, and we talked about Georgia earlier in the schedule. But I mean, you look at those teams. You look at Texas. You look at potentially Ole Miss. You look at potentially where does Oklahoma land? You know, is Oklahoma in that conversation? Does Oklahoma have a couple of more losses at the end of that schedule? Are they right there with Auburn? Where does I mean, you have to say, could it be could you be playing Alabama back-to-back games as well in that game? You know, so I mean that is a question. So if that's the case, do you play a lot of your starters in this Mercer game? That is a good question. What would you do if you were Hugh Freeze? What would you do?
If I was Hugh Freeze, man, I would just if I was in a situation I'm playing Alabama to go into the playoffs, man, I try to tell my guys we're gonna jump out to an early lead. I'm not telling the team this, you know what I'm saying? I'm sandbagging it to the team, but my coaches, I'm like, hey man, we're gonna jump out to an early lead, man, and we're gonna rest these players. Because the next week is a must-win game.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We're literally playing for the playoffs, and like you said, we could be playing for the SEC championship. So I would jump out to an early lead, bro, and you know what I'm saying? I'll rest my guys, man, and get them ready. You know.
Yeah,
and that's a big lead. I'm not talking about you jump out at 28-35, man. We cruising. It ain't no need in getting nobody hurt.
Yeah, I agree with you though. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would definitely let the starters get in there and get break a sweat, as they say. You know, break a sweat.
Yeah.
You know, see what it looks like. You know, around the midway point of the second quarter. You know, definitely at halftime, and then after halftime, you know, see what we got going on, because I just feel like this year is different. I just feel like with the talent on this team, I just feel like there may be a mission on this team of guys just feeling that this could be a pretty good year, a pretty good launching point, you know, for the next 2 years after this. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens there moving forward with what we potentially could see with Auburn winning this game, being 9-2. And then having the opportunity to go into Alabama, win that, be 10-2, and then be in the SEC championship conversation as well as the college football playoff. So, you know, and then of course with straight seeding, with the college football playoff going to straight seeding now, you know, having that advantage of if you are, you know, a 10-2 team, you know, in this playoff, now you looking at what the committee is doing, and now you potentially, you know, positioning yourself to probably be somewhere maybe in that 3, 4, 5, 6 range where you can jockey for position, so where you can get a first round bye in the playoff if you win the SEC championship game. So a lot of things come into mind there when you start thinking about that. But see, this is the problem. We can't be thinking about that. We got to win this game.
I agree. But I mean, I promise you, if we were in that position, you know, the humanality of it is, honestly, Hugh Freeze probably would be discussing and talk about it. Hey, man, should I rest the players? And I'm not saying rest them like the whole game. I'm saying, like you said, if we're up, get to halftime, think about it. And if we're up enough, man, then you want to sit those guys because you don't want to risk injury. It's a new day, dude, because you're talking about the playoffs. And then, bro, it's a longer season. So if you can, get ahead in a game and be on the verge of the playoffs and you're able to win, like you say, get them a good lather, get them sweated, and running the ball, and, you know, get out on the field. But if you can rest them, man, with all these games ahead of them, man, that's just my opinion. I wouldn't sit them out the whole game, though.
I agree. All right, let's take a look at the comment section, man. We have comments come in. Bubba said Bishop Davenport, bro. That sounds like the most college football 25 generated name I've ever heard. It's a real person. I'm telling you, he played. Bishop Davenport played in the it used to be the Camellia Bowl at Birmingham. At Crampton Bowl. It wasn't that last year. It was I think it was the Raycom some bowl, Veterans Bowl. That's what it was. In that game, torched Western Michigan in that game. So I'm telling you, go watch the highlights of South Alabama versus Western Michigan in the bowl game that South Alabama played in last year. I want to say it was the Raycom Salute the Veterans Bowl. I think that's what it was. Bubba said off topic, but Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman, Ryan Williams is the best wide receiving. Is the best wide receiving class since. That's a good one.
That's my prediction. Those guys should be on the cover of EA Sports cover. Those 3 receivers, in my opinion.
So they are the best wide receiving class altogether since
Wow, man.
That's a good question because the last ones I can think of would probably be like the Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, but that's probably be the next one because they both went to the same school. But that's a good question because I'm trying to think of.
That's a good question, man.
Because that was 24. Justin Jefferson, I think it was 2017. 2017, if I'm not mistaken. I'll probably say 2017. I'll probably say that Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson class will probably be because them two in that class. I'll probably go that class. That's your question.
That was a good class.
Bubba. King Richard, War Eagle. What up, King? How you feeling, man? How you feeling, man? He said, if you're going to be traveling this weekend, please be safe on these roads. Yes, it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
This weekend. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe on the roads, man. So make sure y'all safe out there on the roads if you are traveling. As it should be. Y'all be safe out there. He said, according to Sir Nicholas, AU would be 9-2 after this great thumping. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Auburn will be 9-2 after this game, going into a pivotal game against Alabama, trying to become 10-2 and potentially a SEC championship berth and college football playoff talk. So yeah, that's where I'm at. King Richard, what did he predict? Losses. I predicted Oklahoma and Arkansas would be the losses. That's what I predicted. Yeah, Oklahoma and Arkansas. That's what it is. Travell said, faith and freeze.
Faith and freeze, baby. What's up, King? Faith and freeze, baby. I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
He's Bubba said, I hope we all find someone who loves us as much as Nick loves Taylor Green. Listen, man. Listen. Taylor Green's gonna be better this year than he was last year.
Green is amazing.
Amazing. Trying to tell y'all. And it's not, I'm telling y'all, he's amazing. He's gonna be amazing this year. Watch out, Bobby Petrino. Hey,
I think you take the jump up though, Nick. I'm
gonna make a bold prediction here. This is just one that I'm just throwing out there.
Okay.
I haven't studied this. I studied the Mississippi State I studied Mississippi State going to be a bowl team. I guarantee that. This is the one I'm just going off the hoof here. I'm going off the hoof on this one.
Hot takes.
Hot take. This is a very hot take.
Okay.
Taylor Green will be mentioned in the Heisman Trophy candidate conversation mid-season.
I gotta see their I gotta see their receivers, man. I gotta see their receivers in the offensive line first, man.
I think he's gonna be that dynamic this year.
I don't doubt Bobby Petrino will put him in that talk. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta see what's the weapons around him, man.
That's fair.
But I think he will take a step forward if everything is all things being equal. If the offensive line is good and he got some decent receivers, I think he will.
I'm not saying he gonna win it. I'm just saying what I'm saying is I feel like his play is gonna be so good, he's gonna actually help them win in some games. So where they're gonna be like, should he be in the Heisman Trophy conversation? Like you're gonna hear it. You're gonna be like Taylor Green, Heisman Trophy. You're gonna hear it. I think that's what I feel. Nick looks like Malik from House of Pain. Man, chill out, bro. Chill out, man. Shout out to Travell, though, man. Shout out to Travell. Bro, that's crazy. Shout out to Malik, bro. Shout out to Malik. What it is, man. Darrell, what up, man? War Eagle fellas, late but I'm here. What up, bro? How you feeling? Hey, they want to know where you been, Bubba. Where you been? Man. Where you been? Rooster Mac, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bob Williams, Huggy Beard is in the chat. What's up, man? How you feeling? He been working on nights a lot. That's what he been at. He been working nights, man. Rooster Mac in this joint. What up, boy? What up? Everybody speaking to Huggy. What's up? What's up? He said, what's up, Travell? What's going on? Hope all is good with you, my guy. Come on, there we go. Everybody, Huggy speaking to everybody. Return of the Rooster Mac.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. King Richard says, man, if Jackson Arnold is as good as we hope he is, he will have 415 yards. Okay, 415 passing yards and 5 TDs in the first half.
Good God Almighty!
Woo! Wow. So basically, with those numbers, if he were to play the full game, at the end of the game, he would be on track to have 930. I mean, excuse me, he would be on track to have 830 passing yards in a game and 10 touchdowns.
Bro, that would be like history, bro.
That would be history, that would legit be like
history, bro.
Like video game type numbers for you.
That would be history.
That's what that would be. That would legit be video game type numbers for real if that were to happen, bro. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy. That would be wild.
It would.
That would be wild. Kira said, question: have we ever rested players other than injuries before the Alabama game? I would say no. Don't need to go into Bama game flat or resting. It's a fair argument.
Yeah, fair argument. Yeah,
Fair argument.
absolutely.
You know, let the guys break a sweat. It's a fair argument. Rooster Matt said, okay, hold up. Panky rain so heavy. Oh, Panky rain so heavy. I anchor a boat when it comes to Superfly. The Legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, partner. I'm the GOAT. That's what I'm talking about. With the bars. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, man. Bubba said, I wouldn't rest anybody. Play starters at least a half. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. We saying the same.
I'm with you there. He said, but if anybody is banged up, sit them down. Don't risk it. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Travell said, rest no one. Even if they hurt Travell, rest no one.
The whole game.
Play him the whole game, man. He said, get the stats up for Mercer. Get the stats up for Mercer. That's what he said. King Richard said, man, I agree. We jump all over Mercer, start pulling as needed, but make sure they put the work in the first. Let the guys break a sweat.
Yeah, we agree.
Let them break a sweat, man. Let them break a sweat. Huggy said, fur coat looking like I stole it from your granny. Fool around with Rooster. I Mac your auntie and your boy. This boy, Rooster Mac, Huggy beard, boy. Huggy on one tonight, bro. Calls me Willie Nelson because I'm with all the smoke. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the Huggy beard, bro. Shout out to the Huggy beard, Rooster Mac, bro. Shout out to him, man.
That's right.
He said, Travell, my boy. But the faith in Hugh Freeze is diabolical at this point in the game. Nah, Travell is low key. Travell is low key.
He trolling.
He trolling y'all. That's what he do.
Come on, man. Come on, Travell. Come on, man.
Travell trolling y'all, bro.
Freeze for real, man.
Travell trolling y'all with the faith and freeze.
Faith and freeze.
Oh man, it's hilarious, bro. Y'all, it's so funny. He said, I ain't saying niggas wrong, but the college football world has been predicting the Taylor Green breakout since his sophomore year at Boise. I believe it when I see it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. You see him and Bobby Petrino. This is second year with Bobby Petrino. Yeah, I think Bobby Petrino know what he got and how to use it this year. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Is Malik? How did I not see it? Man, come on, bro. I am not Malik from House of Pain, bro. Bubba said that'll be prime pain throwing versus ASU type numbers. Hey, 415 yards in the first half.
Yeah, boy.
Woo.
Smoking.
Ridiculous. All right, so DC. Hold on, wait a minute. I knew it had to be a job. Travell Klein. Travell out here.
Come on, Travell, man.
Clown.
We need your full faith, man. We need your full faith with this one. We need it this year, Travell. Come on, man.
All right, DC. So before we get up out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts on the game? Does Auburn win, and what is the score? If you had to pick one right now, super early.
I think Auburn wins this game, man, in blowout fashion. I'm gonna give Auburn 56 to 10.
Oh,
56 to 10.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be a shutout.
Okay.
I think Auburn covers the spread. I think the spread on this game probably is somewhere like 48-52. So I would probably say Auburn 55, Mercer 0. I don't think Mercer scored this game. I think this is a blowout. I think this is a shutout.
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely revisit this because when you get in the season, and if you are looking at the playoffs, just say for instance, hypothetically, if Auburn goes on a run, say if they lose one game and in this game they make the playoffs, they are 10-win team. I'm telling y'all, this is if Auburn gets to that point, it's gonna be a subject matter. Are they gonna pull players? And so if you pull players, man, especially you pull them after like second quarter or halftime, they might not score 50 points.
They may not. That's a good point.
We'll have to revisit it and see how Auburn scores during the season and what their record is.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. But this is the thing though. If that were to happen, the second depth guys. So let's look at the second depth guys. Let's look at it. So you'll basically it'll be Austin Daniels or Deuce Knight. You'll have Sam Turner. Horatio Fields, Perry Thompson. You'll have Jeremiah Cobb at running back. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball, you have a lot of those talented freshmen that'll be getting a lot of run and a lot of play. And then some of the guys on the back end that'll begin to run. So I'm telling you, I still think, to your point, I still think the talent, I still think the second depth talent behind the starters is just as talented as the guys that's going to start in certain positions.
Okay.
So I still think the defense on that side of the ball would be able to at least hold them to. I right now I'm a preliminary say the defense doesn't allow them to score. I'm gonna say that right now.
That's what's up, man.
I say that right now. I'm gonna leave it at that. That may change before we give our official thoughts before the season starts. Bubba said, man, 70-14 Auburn. We come out looking for revenge after a sluggish win versus Vandy. Okay. All right. Huggy Beard said the only faith I have in Freeze is that is there 0% chance he got anything in his closet made out of reptile. All right.
Golly, man.
He said, if we take out the starter, they're going to score. Oh, you don't have any faith in the backups. You don't have any faith in the backups. I guess, man. DC, tell them where they can find you at, my guy. Hold up before we do that.
You can find me on all platforms at Auburn_Addicts and on YouTube at Auburn_Addicts TV, where we're doing TV stuff. Me and Tight On Wednesday, 6 p.m. Iron Bowl debate. Come on for the foolishness. And with me and Nick bringing the news, Auburn News Today, aka Have You Heard? Sundays at 6 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Y'all come on in, tune in. Let's have a good time this Sunday, Lord willing.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all go over there and follow them at Auburn Addicts TV as well, man. Make sure y'all go follow the guys over at the Golden Broom Podcast. Shout out to Vandy Chris. He was on with us Wednesday night talking about Vanderbilt. We was hyping Vanderbilt up. I don't know. We hyped them up a lot. Shout out to Sharpshooters Podcast, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe over to Sharpshooters Podcast as well. Up Tempo with Blake and Dustin. Make sure y'all shout out to them, man. Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast. Make sure y'all go over there and y'all shout out, go follow Tight Sports and Tez at It's SEC Season. SEC Season over with Tez on YouTube and Bubba and the Old Man. Auburn Sports Talk on YouTube. Well, make sure y'all go follow them as well, man. And before we get up out of here as well, man, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and go live. I just realized that it wasn't until we got on tonight that I low-key forgot that Memorial Day weekend is this weekend. It's Monday, actually. So making an executive decision right now, there will be no show Monday. Everybody enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. We will be back Tuesday with the show. And you know what we be breaking down on Tuesday. You already know what it is. Alabama. Okay. We'll be breaking Alabama down on Tuesday. So if y'all want to hop in on that one, it's going to be a good show, man. It's going to be a good show breaking that one down as well, man. So everybody enjoy Memorial Day weekend. No live show on Monday. We'll be back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then after that, we're taking a 2-week break.
91 days, Nick. 91 days, 16 hours, 15 minutes, and 53, 52, 51 seconds to college football, baby.
Yeah, we almost there, man. We almost there. Once we get through June, it'll be fine. June is like that. June is like that slow part where you just be like,
it is.
Yeah, man.
Because once the NCAA game come out in July, so
it does.
You're gonna be busy with that, you know.
It does.
Media days and all that, man.
Exactly. All right. Before we get up out of here, man, y'all have a good one. As always, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. As always, give the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. Make sure you do that, man. And as I said, man, no show Monday. We won't be live Monday. Enjoy Memorial Day weekend, as always. And we'll be back Tuesday, live Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler. And as always, man, it is one love. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out this mug. We Eugene Asante, take
boys
us out,
and girls
my
of
guy.
all ages. You're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts Nick Frazier, and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.